like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. And I gotta win no matter what, like fourth down, Hail Mary, no punch. Like every time I touch down, I gotta stunt. Randy Moss, yeah, my numbers going up. All these trophies, what do I need any more for? Check the stats up, you can check the scoreboard. Check the stats, Jay Critch, I'm the QB. Let me find out, my team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. If you ain't a winner, then don't come round. On my way to another city, it's a touchdown. Under late, yeah, I gotta get it in a rush now. Let them hate, try to knock me down, but we got up now. You say that you ballin', keep it real though. Hey, why I never saw you in the field though? Hey, I make it look easy, it's a field goal. I've been grinding for a minute and I'm still going. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon. How fit to be the boss, let me find out. My team ballin', you look like you need a timeout. I'm a star in the clutch, I'ma shine out. Working hard, yeah, I'm back on my grind now. Game on, took a loss, but I stay strong. Super Bowl rings, I just wanna play off. Gotta go hard, I can never play soft. Giant in New York, I run it back like Saquon.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins. With that, let's get on up to FedEx Field near Washington. Standing by for the call of this one, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, on the eastern edge of the D.C. metro area in Landover, Maryland. That's where we are situated at FedEx Field. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Redskins. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
we go, here we go. Blue 30. Here we go,
First carry for James Conner. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
On second down now, it's Conner, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll be third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. On third down, it's Conner. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And look here, it's an opening drive fake. But he will not make the first down marker. And that'll be a turnover on downs.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, they look like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down to the 3. 18 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
They'll run with Peterson. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They'll try the air now with Smith. Flush to his right. He'll run it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Now it's Smith. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's the Redskins in possession of the football. We're scoreless after 1. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. And the pressure gets to him again. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation. But I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. On 3rd down, Connor. Now the ball comes loose, and he'll only get this to about the 35, well short of the line to gain.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. The Redskins have Greg Stroman back deep. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good starting spot for the Redskins as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. A toss play. This is Peterson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, Peterson looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Let's go.
3rd down, it's Adrian Peterson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This clearly the final play of the half, but no field goal attempt. They're going for it with 3 seconds remaining. The final shot here before break. Smith. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So plenty of action on the field. You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And we thought this game had the potential to be tight. Maybe not this tight. Scoreless as we start the third quarter.
And I love the way you use the word tight. I'm going to take it a little bit different direction here because it's not just tight on the scoreboard. I think both offenses have been tight in how they've played this game. No one's been loose. No one's been free.
Touchdown, Washington. Adrian Peterson, 69 yards, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. He'll have a first down past the 40. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, 72 yards, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and they take the lead here at 7-6. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Smith. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Smith now to throw. Escaping the pressure right. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit a safety valve.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain, because the offensive guys, hey, they realized their quarterback was out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
There was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go. Two-jet bombers, two-jet bombers.
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Adrian Peterson with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter. And the Redskins are going to retake the lead. Smith, and that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail a 1-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Connor on 1st down, able to take this one forward for about 6. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take the offensive lineman out for steaks afterwards, don't they?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The DN, Jonathan Allen, making sure his presence is felt. So obviously that one really hurts not to be able to convert. But this one's not over yet, Charles. Look at the clock, and then also 2 timeouts still left for him.
And if I'm coaching the defense, I think I'm going all out. And what I mean by that is nothing but pressure packages going at them. I'm going to force them on offense to kind of gamble a little bit, because I will leave openings, all right? You can sting me, but how often will they want to do that? They're going to want to run the ball and bleed the clock. I'm going after them, hoping to make a big play.
And in a sense, 3 timeouts with that 2-minute warning looming.
Great note right there, because it was the 2 timeouts. They get a 3rd one back. They still have it.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. So here comes Alex Smith as he'll lead his guys up to the line to go for 2. Out of the gun, Smith. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Or are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. It's a gain of 35.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
After the sack on first down, Roethlisberger. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins. One last shot for Roethlisberger, and that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime,
I don't wanna be on the ground when Time to bring the bass dirt. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money, we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands, can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray-Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Ay, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going bigger. Postmates, how I deliver. My game too cold, made it shiver. But I'm still a hot boy, cool it down, let it simmer. Hey, see him mad, got him bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not need a sitter. See me dip, yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a bosses. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Throwing up the game, ain't no vomit. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm time to bring the bass dirt.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got what should be an interesting matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Philadelphia Eagles. With that, let's get up to the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. We're standing by for the call are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thanks, Coach. Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves Now the elder statesman of the NFL, Adam Vinatieri, set to get us started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Empty. Go.
Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Here's the offense, and sometimes you got to show love to the big guys.
That you do. And we're talking about Jason Kelsey now, not Travis, his brother who plays tight end. Jason lines up at center, a threat to go to the Pro Bowl each and every year.
They'll try to run for it with Howard. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw, it's Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Here's Wentz to throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, they put it all together on that one. Good vision, good blocking. A toss play to the left. How do you toss it?
Yeah, a toss is the underhand kind of egg toss. The pitch is kind of if you're running the option, you pitch it end over end, correct?
Yeah, I agree
you're
totally.
The guy.
I agree totally. And in the NFL, we'll see a lot more tosses than pitches because if you're pitching it, you might lose your quarterback.
Absolutely. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. This is Howard on 2nd down. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through. And that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
That's caught by Howard. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side, but for lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Wentz now on first down. Flushed out. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a second down coming up. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. He was able to pick up 6 yards there, so that leaves him with a 3rd and 13. The Eagles on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Wentz, eluding the pressure right, and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th, and this defense holds on the night's opening drive. And that could be a major momentum swing here early.
Because the defense stopped them. How great is that? They go for it on the first drive of the game. They're the ones trying to establish something, trying to assert a little dominance. And guess what? You turn it back on them and give the ball to your own offense. I agree with you. It could change momentum in a big way.
Now it's Luck off the bootleg. He's got it. This is Ware. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a first down throw. Luck looking deep for Hilton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, 82 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the second quarter.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
Jordan Howard and the rest of the offense heading back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Justin Houston, the native of Statesboro, Georgia, with a sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Wentz dancing to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Jabal Sheard able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So 4th down coming up. What do you expect?
They've gone for it time after time. They haven't punted yet. I don't know what's right anymore.
Here's Cameron Johnston now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And not a great punt here. Out of bounds in the air. They're going to say this one doesn't even get to the 40. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Luck. They'll run the screen with Mack. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. And the return won't go anywhere. They'll be back deep in their own territory at the 2-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On second down, it's Howard. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. So we have reached halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. And how about this right out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football.
Free kick out of bounds, kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Play action. It's Locke. He goes full extension, and he's got it. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, there's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk. On 1st down, Locke. It's caught by Funchess. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Locke. Funchess has it complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Luck now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Luck now to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Off of play action, Luck out to his left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Well, field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. They snap it to Locke. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Elliott good on the extra point, and they take the lead here at 7-6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line. Andrew Luck and company heading back onto the field. He's hoping to channel his first half play. They had the lead at halftime, was playing well. Flip the script here in the third quarter a little bit.
I think he misses the Pee-wee days, you know, when you just got the orange slice at halftime, right? And remember, weren't any real adjustments then, right? You weren't looking at some tape, right? You weren't looking at stuff off of the Surface tablets. You just went back out and played. Right now, maybe the adjustments have caught up to him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a first down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. From the red zone now, Locke. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking. Beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Check, check.
They'll try to run it with Mack. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Two yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 25 on 2nd down. Wentz, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Justin Houston, his 2nd sack of the night. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up.